Blood is thicker than water. Family is above all. At least that's what we're told when we're born. But what if family become the very people who end up hurting you the most? Before I made my move across the country, I had a few family situations happen that only strengthened my desire to move even more. It was a big decision I was stewing on, but my home life made it so much easier to make that choice. Because at that point, I'd do anything to get out of there post-haste. That was around 4 years ago, and I'd be lying if I said that these situations don't bother me a little bit to this day, but I can't dwell on it because I gotta move forward. In my hometown, I lived in my mother's condo. When I graduated high school, it was just me living there. Soon after, my sister moved in, and then my uncle, and then he got booted, and then my grandmother, and then it just all went downhill from there. As the years went on, the health of the household started to degrade significantly. It got to the point where I wouldn't speak to another person in the house at all, meaning both my sister and grandmother. I would just hide in my room. On my old channel, I used to make videos outside simply because I just didn't want to be in the house. My grandmother became verbally hostile over time. She would make demands. She would call me a bum. A couple weeks after I lost a job, she was unfriendly to my girlfriend. Like, she called her a demon out of spite, even though she didn't do anything. She would write notes on her belongings, cursing at us to not use them. For example, don't use my effing paper towels, etc., etc. The house got so toxic by the time I left, I hadn't spoken to her for about 2 years straight. What catalyzed the 2-year silence was when she brought her side of the family over to threaten me and my girlfriend physically. This included 2 cousins whom I already disliked and an uncle. My grandmother made the claim that I was disrespecting her, even though I simply just wasn't speaking because I wasn't a fan of the behavior. But of course, I attempted to defend myself, and they claim that I'm calling her a liar. One of the main reasons why I distance myself from them is just because they're just quick to emotion, and that's exactly what happened. Everything just got so rambunctious quickly. They began making threats. The male cousin started claiming blood gang, that he'd fight me in the street or something, and the female cousin threatened to fight my girlfriend at the time. It's all just ridiculous stuff. I left the house to be with my girlfriend. I didn't come back for like 6 months. This is the same house that I lived in before any of these people came. I was driven out away from my own place. I didn't feel safe laying my head there anymore. After my absence, I eventually came back, but the place just felt so empty. There was no love under this roof. There was no family. I would leave my room to just eat, use the restroom, and go right back in. And that would go on for a couple of more years. One day, I just looked around in my environment and I realized that I'm in the same exact room that I was in when I graduated high school, and I'm gonna leave eventually, so I might as well just leave now. I decided to YOLO apply to some jobs, and I got 2 different positions lined up, basically confirming that I was out of there. I kept this decision private because I didn't want to hear any negativity on my way out. But fast forward about a month or so before I left, I ended up getting in a fight with my sister that was so blown out of proportion that it ended with her striking me. From that moment on, my hometown was just dead to me. That wasn't even the first time that we've gotten into altercations. She's gotten so comfortable disrespecting me that it escalated to physical arguments. I was absolutely done with that. 4 years later to this day, and I've been back home 1 time. My grandmother's passed away since then. I did speak to her one last time on the phone before she moved on. I hold no hate in my heart, but it's absolutely a shame on what it had to come to. As for my sister, we've spoken no more than 5 times in the 4 years that I've been gone. I'm thinking we'll be estranged for a while. I don't expect apologies. I don't expect reconciliation. It just is what it is at this point. I say this to say that just because someone is family, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to allow abuse into your life. Sometimes the healthy thing to do for yourself and the best thing for your personal growth is to let those people go. I would say ever since I left, my life quality has increased quite dramatically, and I don't think I would ever see myself going back. So if you're going through a similar situation, just know that it might be the best decision for you to just let those people go and then start focusing on what you find more important for yourself. I know this is a quick little story, but if you enjoyed watching the video, thank you, I appreciate it, and catch you in the next one.